Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you my August wrap-up and my September TBR. Okay, so I know it's a little late to do my August wrap-up, but I filmed it once and I actually forgot to talk about a book, so I had to refilm, so this is my second time doing it, so I won't forget anything this time. So I'm just going to start with the books that I read in August. And the first one is Illuminated by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I loved this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I read it so quickly. I just sped through it all. I love the format that it was told in through like files and video chat or IM chat messages and surveillance footage. It was just super cool. There's so many twists and turns in this book. I went in pretty blind. All I knew going into this book was that it was about a space battle between two ships, and then I didn't know anything else, and then when you do learn things, you're like mind blown, and I'm so excited for Gemini coming out in October. Also, I was in the Read Them All-thon reading challenge in August, and I read Illuminate for the Vermilion City Gym, which you earn the Thunder Badge for reading a book with Thunder's hype, so that's what I used for this one. And then I was so excited to read this Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I read this like a couple days after it came out. I went to the the premiere at my local chapters, and oh man, I love this book. I know it has a lot of issues with the plot and a lot of issues with the characters, but I was just so thankful to see my fellow characters from my childhood written about again, and like when they would mention Neville, or like I'm sad that they left out anything about Luna, but you know, that's okay. Yeah, the plot wasn't the best. Yeah, there was a lot of plot holes. But this is a script, right? So they can't put that much into a play that you're going to sit down and watch. So it's not a novel, and I understand that. So that's why I didn't critique it too hard. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5. And yeah, I just was so happy to return to this world. It was awesome. And then I read The Wrath in the Dawn. This is by Renee Audier. I read this for the Read Them All-thon reading challenge of read a book with a red cover in order to get the Volcano Badge from Cinnabar Island Gym. And so yeah, I read this one. It is about a young girl. She's I think 16. Her name's Sharzad, and she volunteers to become the newest bride of a king who everyone thinks he's a boy king who everyone thinks is like a madman because he kills his new bride that he marries someone new every day, and then he kills them by the dawn. It's really interesting. I do really want to read The Rose and the Dagger. I had a couple problems with this book for the like first half, and then a lot of things get explained in the later half, so I became more like settled, and I liked it going on from that. But because of that kind of like confusion of what the characters are actually doing and why, I gave it like a 4.25 star. I really do want to read The Rose and the Dagger, and I really did grow to love a lot of these characters by the end of the book. It's just some things were explained earlier on. Okay, and now on to my September TBR. The first book that I'm actually currently reading is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. I started reading this in July. I got about 70 pages in, and I put it down for a bit because I wanted to read a couple of the other books for August. But then I started picking this back up, and now I'm like 250 pages in, and so it's about halfway or just over, and I really, really like this book so far. It's about like a end of the world kind of post-apocalyptic book. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because actually the back doesn't tell you anything. But it follows this young girl named Melanie and her journey in this world. Next in September, since this is the month to go back to school, I really want to read The School of Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. Yeah, so I heard about this book from Reagan at Peru's project, and yeah, only thing I know about this book is that I believe these two girls, they go to this school of good and evil, and they end up on different sides of the school that they thought they would get. Like, I'm pretty sure the evil girl gets put into the good side and vice versa. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this. It's a good middle grade series, and I know there's more books. I believe it's a trilogy, possibly more, but yeah, it sounds really good, so I really want to see this. Plus this cover is gorgeous. So I'm excited to read this. Next, this is I'm glad I redid this video because I added this book to it. Since there was all this hype around Empire of Storms that just came out, the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series, I decided I should probably get a read on Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Yeah, I've never read this. All I know is that she's an assassin, and that's all I want to know. I really should just read it so that I won't get spoiled. I haven't yet, but I feel like I could. So I'm really just pumped to read this. I know there's so much hype around this series and people love it, so I just want to see what that's all about. Next is another really hype series, and that's Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. And I just picked up this volume 1 the other day. Yeah, I know people love this graphic novel series, and I really want to read it. I think the premise sounds really cool, because all I know is about, I think these two people are supposed to be in a relationship, but they're not supposed to be because of their race, or they're from different planets or something like that, and then they end up having a child, and I believe it's their journey from there on out, and that sounds absolutely amazing. I love the diversity in this already, so I am really, really excited to jump into this series, and I have a feeling I'm gonna fall in love with it. And the last book that was on my September TBR was The Wicked and the Divine. I actually just finished this a couple days ago, actually, and it was okay. I mean, I picked it up because I love the artwork. Is like 10 out of 10. Like, the cover is beautiful, and like, oh my gosh, I just, look at that. Like, oh, the artwork is just gorgeous. And yeah, so I love the artwork. The plot and storyline isn't that great. I was just really confused about the point of this book. It's about these 12 gods who have to become humans, young humans, every like 90 years, I believe, and they're only allowed to live for 2 years, but in that time they're supposed to like live and inspire the human race while they're on Earth as people. And so they're it's like a celebrity kind of feel, I guess, and people are supposed to look up to them. I mean, you should probably read it for the art, for sure. So that's everything for my August wrap-up and my September TBR. Let me know what you guys are going to read in September, and comment that down below. And I hope you're all having a fantastic day and have a wonderful reading month, and I'll see you later.